Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to share how I was able to work with a gentleman who was struggling to start their property investment journey to generate £15,000 in one bedroom. Again, this gentleman contacted me by booking a strategic call. I do offer free strategic call to people who are looking to start and scale their property investment journey. And then it's completely free, no string attached, absolutely free. And he contacted me, booked me in, and told me, Rahim, I'm really keen. I really want to start my property investment journey. But I asked him, why? Why do you decide to do properties? He gave me a massive emotional why he wanted to do it. He said, because listen, my job is terrible. I work in a warehouse. I work whole night and I get home at 6 in the morning and I haven't got time to actually spend time with my loved ones because I'll be sleeping whole day. It's just terrible. Nobody appreciates me. I'm undervalued. He said, really, I need to take my financial situation into my own hands. So, and then we start exploring what we could do to actually make that happen, okay? Because he's adamant, he wants to quit his job. He wants to do something that is more rewarding to him, okay? So we looked at his financial situation. Obviously, he didn't have money to start, and he was really kind of struggling. And we said, okay, let's look at friends, which friends we can tap into. We go through his friends list. There's no one there that he could really go on to ask for money. And then we looked at family, said, we look at the same thing, nowhere to get money. Credit cards got bad ratings. And basically, there's no way we could actually find a way to actually execute him so he can actually, because he wanted to speed the process off quickly because he doesn't want to kind of wait, because he's desperately wanted to quit the rat race. So we went through everything. He told me, but I was driven to actually work with him because he's ambitious, he's hungry, he's got a massive why behind him to actually get him to where he wants to go. In essence, he wants to be financially free, right? He wants to be financially free as quickly as possible. He's hungry, he wants to do whatever it takes to get him out of that dead-end job. Okay, so it was kind of one of the most one of the most driven or emotional strategic calls I've ever had since I started doing this. So we looked at that and we couldn't get anything. And then I asked him how many bedrooms he was living in. He said, oh, I'm living in a 3-bedroom house. I said, oh, brilliant, 3-bedroom house. How many people lives in that house? He said, oh, it's me, my wife, and then obviously I have 2 little boys. I said, how old are the boys? He told me one was, I think, 4 and the other one was 5. And then I said, okay, how are they living in the property? He said, like, they both got their own room. I said, oh, wow, they both got their own room. I said, okay, that is okay. So how about if we could move them both in the 1 bedroom, the bigger bedroom, and does that work for you? He said, oh, I can try speak to the missus. I'm not sure if the missus is really gonna allow me to do that, and because of they want the kids to live in a comfortable life, and they're 4 and 6. They will fight at night. I said, let's have a word with your partner and see if there's a way we could convince her to allow us to get access to that bedroom. So obviously he went away, talked to his partner, and his partner was kind of happy to get that room. So we had 2 options, okay? The first option we have is to rent the property, rent that bedroom, that specific bedroom. But we had a massive stumbling block there because of privacy. He said he wants his own privacy, and then obviously his wife did not literally like that. I'm not living with anybody else in my house, okay? I have to live in my own house comfortably without having anybody intruding in my privacy. I don't want to share my kitchen, etc. So that was a no-go. And then obviously I don't want to deal, they said to me they don't want to kind of deal with tenants. Tenants are a nightmare. They don't want to actually, things like that. So I realized that is not going to work, okay? That is just not going to work. Then I suggested another strategy, which we call service accommodation, Airbnb. That's what lots of people know. Then I said, how about if we could do this then? Is it okay for you to is it okay to you to have someone there for a night or a couple of nights, right, staying in that room, but they're not living, they're only staying for maybe a night or 2, and then you can have the whole house to yourself once they've checked out. He said, okay, I can kind of understand that bit because they're not living with me constantly. And then I said, actually, that would generate you more money. right? And you get more money and you got your privacy as well, because they're not coming there constantly to actually leave. Maybe the longest they would live with you, maybe a week or maybe a couple of weeks, if they've got something happening in the area. And she was happy with that, husband was happy with that. And then we looked at the market. When we looked at the market, we realized you can rent that bedroom on Airbnb for £70 per night. Right, £70 per night, they will be able to rent it out. So obviously we do the due diligence, we work together with them, I help them with everything. We realize that property itself, if we rent it for £70 a night, they would have about £25,480 at 100% occupancy rate. I said, obviously, we cannot do 100% occupancy rate because you don't want someone here every single day, right? So what we could do, let's look at if we were to rent it for about maybe 60% occupancy rate. Maybe 60% of the time, not every time people in the property, 60% occupancy rate. We realize at 60% occupancy rate, the property generates £15,300. So, and then we realized, okay, it's a better way to actually do it, right? So she was happy with that. And guess what? We set that bedroom up specifically for Airbnb service accommodation, okay? So that one bedroom is now over 60% occupancy rate. And that property now generate them actually over £15,000 a year. One bedroom in London, they've chucked into Airbnb, now generate them over £15,000 a year. And again, they've got their privacy. They don't have people there every day. And the best thing about it also, they don't even own the house, they rent the house and they're making that sort of money. So now the 1 year is completed, we've got that money now. He's ready to now go out there and get his own rent-to-service accommodation properties. What that means basically, we were able to utilize what we have to get what we wanted to get us there. Today we've secured, not long, I think a couple of weeks ago, we've secured his first service accommodation, and now he's setting that service accommodation up. Guess what? The service accommodation will generate him anywhere between £15,000 to £25,000. So you do the maths, his bedroom £15,000, now over £15,000 because it's about 75% occupancy rate. And now if you've got that service accommodation, again, if it generates him £25,000, you're talking about nearly £45,000 a year from someone who was in a £25,000 a year in his salary gross, now looking at £40,000 to £45,000 a year. And again, think about it. Do you have a home? Do you have a house? Do you have a bedroom that you're not using? Or are you literally using all the bedrooms there? Maybe you use one for storage, maybe using another one basically for just one of your kids. Maybe they are two boys under the age of 8. Have you considered actually having a bunk bed, a nicer bigger bed for both of them, double if you wanted to because you're taking the bigger room, and probably let them both live there, right? So you can rent that spare bedroom in Airbnb. And again, if you're particular about your privacy, you can do Airbnb. That will generate you at least 50 to about £100 a night, depending where you are in the UK. But the strategy, the idea is exactly the same thing, okay? No matter where you are, right? It works. If you've got a bedroom that you're not using, use that bedroom to actually make money out of it. You might use it for guest room for your family members and etc. But how often do they come? How often do your family members come to live in your house or literally to sleep in your house? It's not often, let's be honest, right? And that also helps you. I kind of determine and tell them, hey, when they're coming to visit me, please let me know. So when they let you know, you can go and block the calendar to ensure nobody books that property or that bedroom when you have your guests around. Again, that gets you cushion, it gets you passive income, it gets you residual income. So if you've got your family, friend, or your mom or your dad or yourself got a bedroom that you're not using, you're only using it for a storage or maybe using it for an office, okay, to work and make other companies wealthier and richer. How about if you can move your office in the sitting room, right? Move your office in the sitting room and use that bedroom as a service accommodation. That will generate you up to £15,000 pounds a year. And again, even if it generates you 10,000 pounds a year or 8,000 pounds a year, that was money that you didn't have in the first place, right? And then what you can use that money to actually invest and buy or actually secure rent-to-service accommodation property deals. And again, if you're struggling with money, if you're struggling about raising finances, this is one of the ways you could actually take it on. Even if you don't live in that house, if you've got your dad living in a separate house, you know your dad got a spare room, literally take that spare room off him. Say, Dad, listen, Dad, I can pay you rent for that spare room. Can I use it, please? Right? Uncle, whoever you're kind of connected with, don't let these things go to waste, okay? And this guy today, this gentleman, he's in his second property now. He's going to be making anywhere between 40 to about 50,000 pounds in those two houses. And again, the other house, his house, is only 1 bedroom, and then obviously the other property is just secured. It's a 2-bedroom flat, and again, he will be making that sort of money. So think about it. Right? Now you know it's not about the money, it's about using your resources to be resourceful. I learned this from a very good coach called Tony Robbins. You need to be resourceful, right? If you haven't got people that can invest with you, look in your inner self, right? If you're misusing the places, use it as a service accommodation property. If you've got a double reception room, for example, suppose all your properties, you've got maybe in your house, you've got girls and boys that are not allowed to live together in the same room. What you could do, if you've got 2 reception rooms, use one of the reception room as a bedroom, right? Chuck it on Airbnb and make money that way. Right? Make your returns that way, and you can use that money to reinvest, either getting more rental essays or actually buying houses. So again, these are the little things I shared with the gentleman today. He's financially free. He's written down his letter. He's going to sack his manager by the end of this month. So again, these are the little things you can do to take yourself to the promised land, to make your financial situation your duty, responsibility, and obligation. But don't wait until it becomes really, really, really painful before you start making a move, right? Make the move now. Set that bedroom up. Put it on there. But obviously, you need to know what you're doing, right? Understand, get someone to guide you, coach you along the way, because you need to know what sort of people you want to come to your house. You need to know how to vet these people. You need to know when to make the bedroom available, how to check in, how to check out. You know, there's so many stuff behind it. Again, if you want to do it, get someone to coach you. Or actually, if you want me to help you, mentor you, guide you through the process, again, feel free to book a free strategy call. And that strategy call is absolutely free, no string attached. Talk about your situation and try to execute, find a way how we can make advantage of what you already have or what you're going to have in the future. Again, I really hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, don't forget to hit the like button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of these amazing tutorials.